Good morning, children. Uh, Very nice to see you. Hope everyone is doing good. And today we are entering Unit-5, that is disasters. Our theme of the unit is disasters. My dear children, let me ask you a few questions. What is meant by disasters and types of the disasters? Do you know why these disasters will happen? Do you remember ever and which was a ghastly disaster which has happened recently? Disasters are two types. The one is natural disaster and the other one is man-made disasters. My dear children, natural disasters are, you may remember, floods, cyclones, earthquakes, etc. These are all the things are naturally. And what are the man-made disasters? Man-made disaster usually happened fire accidents. At the same time, biowars. So these are all called come under this disaster. Why these disasters would happen recently and frequently nowadays? గమనించండి, ఒకప్పుడు ask your parents, ask your grandfathers and grandparents, వాళ్ళు ఉన్నప్పుడు ఇప్పటికి what are the drastic change that they have been observed? Ask them. No. Why? You can understand why these disasters would happen very frequently every year. So today I would like to tell about this disasters and types of disaster. For the best example, and Havoc of flood. Reading A, Havoc of flood, I would like to give a beautiful instance about a disaster. Havoc of floods. Here, a flood is a disaster which is happened in the year 2009. అంటే 2009లో ఒక పెద్ద ఫ్లడ్ వచ్చింది. అది మొత్తం కూడా కర్నూలు టౌన్ మొత్తం కూడా, ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో ఉన్న కర్నూలు డిస్ట్రిక్ట్ ఏదైతే ఉందో ఆ మొత్తాన్ని కూడా ముంచివేయటం జరిగింది. దీనంతటికి కారణం ఎవరు? Who is the reason? Who is the responsible person? So, modern man is a responsible person. Who is a modern man? You and me. Because ఈ వరదలు రావడానికి కారణం ఏంటంటే the only one thing. So, my dear children, I would like to share, it is my personal views. So, when I was a child, in the villages, there were ponds, some small canals. All the canals are connected with the pond. Nowadays, you do not see these ponds. పూర్వకాలంలో చెరువులు ఉండేవి. ఈ చెరువుల్లో ఉన్న వాటర్ వర్షం పడినప్పుడల్లా ఆ విలేజ్లో జరిగిన వాటర్ అంతటిని కూడా ఆ చెరువులోకి మళ్లించే విధంగా ఉండేది. అలాగే అంటే హైట్ ప్లేసెస్లో పడిన వాటర్ అంతటిని కూడా పల్లవ ప్రదేశాల్లోకి తీసుకొచ్చి నదుల్లోకి కలపడం జరుగుతుంది. సో ఇవన్నీ వాగులు వంకలు అంటాం, స్ట్రీమ్స్ అండ్ పాండ్స్. రివర్స్ ఇవన్నీ ఉండేవి. సో నవ్ డేస్ ఇవన్నీ లేవు. బికాస్ హ్యూమన్ బీయింగ్ ఈజ్ బికేమ్ వెరీ జెలస్. ఒక అత్యాసపరుడైపోయాడు. భూమిని ఏ కాడకి ఎప్పటికీ కూడా ఆ భూమిని అంతటా కూడా మనం స్వాధీనం చేసుకోవాలి, ఆ భూమిని మనం స్వాధీనం చేసుకొని ఆక్రమించాలి, బిల్డింగ్స్ మీద బిల్డింగ్స్, ఫ్లాట్స్ మీద ఫ్లాట్స్ కట్టేసేయాలి. ఇది జరుగుతున్న సిచ్యువేషన్. దాని వాటర్ అంతా కూడా ఎక్కడికి వెళ్ళిపోతుంది? నో ఛాన్స్, దెర్ ఈజ్ నో ప్లేస్. ఇవన్నీ కూడా నదులైనా సరే, రివర్స్ అయినా కూడా ఎంత కెపాసిటీతో దాని వాటర్ స్టోరేజ్ ఉంచుకోగలుగుతుంది? ఒక్కసారి ఆలోచించండి. సేమ్ థింగ్ ఈజ్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఇన్ కర్నూలు డిస్ట్రిక్ట్, కర్నూలు టౌన్. Let us see, my dear children, open the textbook and let us see the lesson. Havoc of flood. Kurnool, a district with rock soil in Andhra Pradesh in Krishna River Basin, is known as a land of rocky temples in Rayalaseema region. The headquarters of the district with the namesake in a city with a population of 5 lakhs. Thousands of tourists from various parts of the state travel through the city on their way to tourist spot. The people of the city welcome the tourists in a warm mood. This is a part of their daily routine. Every morning is colorful for them. Kurnool is a district with a rock of soil in Andhra Pradesh. It is in the basin of Krishna River. It is known as a rock of temple, rocky temples. This town is known as Rocky Temples in Rayalaseema region, and the headquarter of the district with the namesake. That means namesake with the same name. And this city, Kurnool, is a city with the population of 5 lakhs. The district. So it is a tourist place, and thousands of people from various parts of Andhra Pradesh, they used to visit throughout the state, different cities and with the different corners of Andhra Pradesh, because it is a tourist place. Rocky temples. So people of this city, Kurnool city, they warm welcome the tourists, and every day this is the routine life for the Kurnool people, and their life is very colorful for them every morning, because from the different parts of the Andhra Pradesh and different people, they used to visit every day. So that's why their life is very colorful. Let us come to the second para. But on 28th of September 2009, on tourist visit the city from any part of the state, no bus enter the city from any distant village or town. Something terrible happened which has stopped the visitors. But in the year 2009 and September 28th, there were no tourists visited the city from any part of the state. From any part of the state, particularly in the year 2009, 28th of the September, no tourist bus and no tourist visited the city, and no bus entered from any state, from any distance of state, because something was terrible happened. Edo very bad thing is going to be happening అనేది ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేశారు. 28th and 27th September 2009, next para చూడండి. 2009, 27th September, the city had a heavy rainfall. As the people had to spend a damp, cold and cloudy day, they finished their business in the evening and reached their dwelling places at early hours, hoping a bright morning the next day. They had scarcely arrived at their destinations when the rain poured down. Its pouring continued throughout the night. See here, let us understand this concept, this para. 26th September 2009, the city, Kurnool city, had a heavy rainfall. And as the people had to spend a damp, the cold, and the cloudy day, they finished their work, they finished their business, and they went and they reached early in the evening to the dwelling places, where their residing places, living places. And they hope for bright morning the next day. They had scarcely arrived at destinations. When the rain had poured down, its pouring continued throughout night. The rain poured throughout night. But people hoping the good day and the best way. Next passage. As a result, 28th September 2009, the people of Kurnool had to welcome the river waters in a gloomy color to their streets instead of the buses full of tourists. Chudandi, 28th September, పై పారాగ్రాఫ్లో 27th సెప్టెంబర్ ఏం జరిగిందో చెప్పాడు. 28th September, actually the people had welcomed the tourists and the buses. Instead of that, the city of the Kurnool and the roads and the streets welcome the gloomy water from the Krishna basin, Krishna river. They were got up from their sleepy by roaring floods, inundating their houses as well as shattering their hopes of getting bright and a colorful morning. They don't expect this gloomy water. They got up from their sleepy beds. They were shocked. What happened? They were shocked. They don't expect this type of situation. They hoped for the bright morning and they expected a bright morning, but what they unexpectedly, this gloomy water has entered to their houses and as well as their streets. This is a disaster. My dear students, please, all of you, today I want to stop this lesson here. So every one of you, after read this lesson regarding this paras, and you may write the workbook part also, because you have a workbook 2 marks para and 3 marks para. You need to write all these para until here. Okay, thank you, and everyone is enjoying the day. Thank you.